If you believe the story that Moses parted the Red Sea simply because God willed it, then you haven't discovered the true code behind that miracle. The truth is, what happened there, in front of millions, with a simple gesture and a word of authority, was more than just a stand-alone divine intervention. It was the activation of a quantum code, hidden within the scriptures, that to this day remains unseen by those who only look with their physical eyes. If you've ever read the story of Moses and thought, that sounds like something out of a movie, perhaps it's because you're still looking at the miracle from the outside. Because what Moses truly did was tap into an invisible frequency, a spiritual vibration so powerful it instantly altered the reality around him. He didn't ask, he didn't beg, he declared. And the universe responded. The most astonishing part? That very same power is inside of you right now, but you were likely taught to fear it, to doubt it, to wait for permission. And that's why so many people pray, ask, and fast, yet never see their manifestations come to life. Not because God doesn't hear them, but because no one taught them the true secret behind the word. The word that creates, the word that moves invisible laws, the word that Moses used, and that you can use too. And before you dismiss this as fantasy or over-the-top theology, let me ask you a direct question. How many times have you prayed with all your faith, and still, nothing happened? Be honest with yourself. Maybe, like millions of others, you did everything right. You prayed, you believed, you waited, but the door didn't open, the healing didn't come, the money didn't appear, the relationship wasn't restored. It's frustrating, isn't it? Because deep down, you have this profound certainty that you were born for more, and that certainty is real. It's not your imagination. It's the memory of your soul reminding you of your power. But something is blocking it. A code that needs to be reactivated. An ancient principle that has been distorted by religion, fear, and spiritual ignorance. And that's exactly what this video is about. You are about to understand for the first time how Moses didn't just perform miracles, but manifested realities using a power that goes far beyond logic. Together, we will decode the exact steps he took, and what he knew about the workings of the universe that most have never grasped. You'll discover why Moses' words before the sea parted weren't a request. They were a command. You'll understand how your own faith might be sabotaged, not by a lack of belief, but by an unconscious spiritual program that still traps you in a desert of scarcity. You will learn simply and powerfully how the same God who said, "I am that I am," planted within you the very same creative principle that turns words into reality. Yes, the same words that created the heavens, the earth, and parted the sea. Now, just imagine for a moment what it would feel like to access that same force. Imagine attracting miracles not as a rare occurrence, but as a natural result of your vibration being aligned with the divine. Imagine stopping the struggle and starting to manifest. This video is an invitation to cross your own sea of blockages, limitations, and doubts. Because the final revelation I'm going to share with you here, at the very end, has the power to change everything. I'm not exaggerating. It's a key that few people know, and it completes the cycle of the Moses quantum code perfectly. But to get there, you need to stick with me until the end. And if you're feeling this call, if something inside you is vibrating with this message, then pause right now and hit that like button. It shows me you're ready to activate this code within yourself. And if you're not already subscribed, subscribe to the channel, because here you will learn to manifest with consciousness, purpose, and faith. And if you want to fast-track this journey, I've prepared a gift to help you align with this frequency of manifestation in a practical way. Exclusive, to-the-point content that will show you the path to manifest with the power of the word. The link is in the first pinned comment. Click it and get access. Now, take a deep breath. Feel the presence that is already starting to shift as you listen to these words. Because what you are about to discover today might just be the turning point your soul has been waiting for. Moses wasn't just a prophet. He was a master of vibrational language, a spiritual alchemist who understood the secrets of creation encoded in words. Every miracle he performed, from the staff that turned into a serpent, to the water that flowed from a rock, to the moment the Red Sea parted, was not merely an isolated divine intervention. It was, in fact, the living expression of a cosmic principle, the Word as the key to reality. In the spiritual realm, everything vibrates. Everything responds to frequency. Genesis itself begins with it. And God said, "Let there be light." The Word came before the form. The Word was the spark that organized the chaos. And this pattern repeats throughout the entire Bible. But what almost no one understood is that these words weren't just stories. They are spiritual codes, instructions for accessing creative power. Moses knew this. That's why, when the people screamed in fear before the sea with the Egyptians closing in, he didn't cry out for help. He spoke with authority. He used the word as a command. He declared. He activated a language that wasn't just human. It was quantum, vibrational, spiritual. And the sea recognized that vibration. The universe obeyed. Because the waters, like everything in creation, respond to one who emits a higher frequency with faith and conviction. And perhaps, without realizing it, you've been doing the opposite. Praying from a place of fear. Declaring scarcity, even when you think you're asking for blessings. You've been saying, I can't take this anymore. I'm so tired, I can't do this. And these words, though sincere, carry an energy field that reinforces the prison, not the liberation. This is why so many people manifest what they want to avoid. Because they are vibrating in urgency, not in certainty. They are speaking to God as if He were far away, when in truth, He dwells within. The same spark that moved Moses' staff lives inside of you. But it needs to be activated. And how does that happen? Through the alignment of mind, heart, and word. The law of attraction isn't just about thinking positive, it's the spiritual science of vibration. And Moses, though he didn't use that modern term, knew exactly what he was doing. When he went up the mountain, it wasn't just to talk with God, it was to align his frequency with the source. And when he came down, he was ready to release commands, not requests. That's why he didn't beg for miracles. He became a channel for them. That is the difference. And that is the code most people have yet to access. Because the world has taught us to beg, to wait, to accept scarcity as a virtue. How many times were you told, don't be too greedy? Or that you have to suffer to be worthy? How many times were you taught that money is dirty, that strong desires are selfish, that trusting yourself is arrogant? These beliefs are deeply rooted in the collective unconscious. They are mental prisons disguised as humility. They are programs that keep millions living small lives, never accessing their true creative power. And maybe you're trapped by them too, without even realizing it. But Moses wasn't. He heard the voice of the I Am in the desert. And the most profound part of that encounter wasn't the burning bush, but the revelation of who he was. When he asks God, "Who shall I say sent me?" the answer wasn't a common name. It was a frequency. I am that I am. This is the key. I am is the most powerful quantum code in the universe. Because whatever you declare after those two words, you manifest. I am poor. I am a failure. I am limited. These are vibrational commands that create realities. But when you shift that to, I am abundant, I am free, I am a channel for the source, then the universe begins to respond differently. Because it can only give you what you declare with conviction. It doesn't respond to what you want. It responds to who you are. And Moses understood this. So, this isn't about repeating phrases like a spiritual parrot. It's about vibrating what you declare. The word must come with presence, with authority, with certainty, just like he did. This is why your prayer needs to change. It needs to stop being a cry for help and become a declaration of identity. Don't say, "Help me get out of debt" anymore. Say, I am supplied by the limitless source. Don't say, I have no one anymore. Declare, I am loved and worthy of divine connections. Feel the weight of these words. Feel the frequency they emit. The unseen world responds to this. And if you want to go even deeper into this frequency, in the first pinned comment, I've left something special to help you on this journey of reconnecting with your power. It's a path to activate this consciousness within you and open the gateways of the impossible. Access it now. Now, take a deep breath. Because what we're talking about here isn't theory, it's a living reality. It's happening now as you listen. Every word in this video is realigning your vibration. Every revelation is reactivating a fragment of your true self, and the more you align, the more miracles become natural. Because, in the end, the quantum code of Moses isn't in some secret book. It's in how you relate to the word. It's in how you use your voice, your thoughts, your intention. It's in how you see yourself in the face of the universe. And maybe this is your crossing right now. Maybe the sea that needs to part isn't outside, but within. Maybe you're standing at a choice: to continue living by the logic of scarcity, or to cross over into the territory where miracles manifest naturally. This crossing requires faith, but not blind faith, a conscious faith, a vibrational faith, a faith that recognizes the spark of God lives in you, and that when you declare from that place, the heavens move, paths open, and the impossible bows. And how can you start accessing this right now? Start by changing the way you talk to yourself. Replace I can't with I am learning. Swap there's no way for I choose to trust. Transform I don't have into I am a channel of abundance. These simple shifts, repeated with intention, begin to reprogram your subconscious. And when the subconscious changes, your vibration changes. And when your vibration changes, reality responds. This is the true miracle. Not an external intervention, but an internal transformation that changes everything around you, just as it was with Moses. And at the end of this video, I will reveal the deepest part of this code, the game-changing revelation. But first, hold on to this. Your voice is your staff, your faith is your sea, and your I am is the key that unlocks the invisible. Stay with me, because the final part will connect everything you've heard so far with a truth so powerful. You may never see reality the same way again. This is the moment. Take a deep breath. You are about to cross over. And now that you are beginning to remember who you are, you also begin to understand that there is no separation between faith and manifestation, between the spiritual and the material, between the seen and the unseen. It's all a reflection. It's all a mirror. The world around you responds not to what you wish for, but to what you are silently vibrating every single day. That's why Moses didn't ask the sea for permission. He didn't ask for confirmation. He simply held out his arm and gave the command. Because he knew that the authority that comes from spirit needs no external approval. And that is precisely what you need to reclaim within yourself. Your forgotten authority. This authority isn't about shouting. It isn't arrogance. It is the quiet certainty of one who knows they are in alliance with the source. It is the peace of one who carries the frequency of I am in their chest. This was Moses' greatest discovery. Not the law, not the crossing, not the power. It was the awakening of his identity. And here is the final revelation I promised you. Moses didn't create miracles because he was special. He created miracles because he remembered who he was. He accessed an identity that goes beyond a name, a history, a physical body. He accessed the I am in its purest form and became a direct channel for creation. And this is the revelation that can change everything for you right now. Because you are also part of that same I am. It doesn't matter what they told you. It doesn't matter what you've been through. It doesn't matter how many mistakes you've made, how many times you've fallen, how many times you've felt small. That essence was never erased, merely forgotten, dormant. And what you are experiencing right now, hearing these words, is the call to awaken it. You were conditioned to believe you had to earn it, prove yourself, sacrifice. But the truth is, you only need to recognize that the God who created the heavens and the earth also dwells within you, and that every thought, every emotion, every word you release is shaping your reality in this very moment. Moses understood this, which is why he spoke to mountains, to seas, to the skies. He understood the external world wasn't the limit. It was the mirror. And this consciousness is what separates those who merely believe from those who manifest. Believing is the start. But manifesting requires a vibrational stance. It's an internal state where you already feel as if the miracle has happened, even with no physical evidence yet. It's as if Moses had already seen the sea part, before he even touched it with his staff. And you can live like that too. You can live from a place of vision, not doubt. You can move with certainty, not fear. You can declare what does not yet exist, and watch it take form before your very eyes. But to do this, you must break from the old programming that keeps you begging for scraps from heaven when there is a spiritual banquet waiting for you. You need to start speaking to life as someone who has already won. You need to stop looking at obstacles as barriers and start seeing them as gateways. And perhaps right now, your Red Sea is doubt, fear, the bills, a diagnosis, loneliness, the pain of the past. It all seems so big, but none of it is bigger than who you are in your essence. The sea only seems infinite when you forget you carry the heavens within you, and Moses knew this. That's why he didn't panic. He stood firm, even when everyone around him was in despair, because his frequency was already tuned to the solution, not the problem. And you can align with that frequency too. You can start right now with a simple reconnection exercise. Close your eyes, take a deep breath, and say in a low voice, "I am the miracle I am waiting for." Feel it. Repeat it until it's not just a phrase, but a living truth pulsing in your chest. Because that's what you are. You are not here just to survive. You are here to create, to expand, to manifest, to remind others with your own life that the impossible is just a misunderstood vibrational state. And if this message has touched you, if it has awakened something in your soul, then hit that like button right now, because it shows you're ready to live your manifestation. And if you're not subscribed to the channel yet, subscribe now. I want to walk with you, video after video, activating the dormant codes of your soul. And don't forget, in the first pinned comment, there's special content waiting for you. Something practical, direct, that will help you dive even deeper into the energy of conscious creation. Click it and access it now. It's your next step. You are not alone on this journey. The same God who guided Moses through the desert is guiding you now. The pillar of fire might be this voice speaking to you today. The staff might be your word. And the sea that parts is the reflection of your faith. You were born to manifest miracles. You were born to be a channel for the word that creates. You are the living manifestation of the I Am. Now go, declare, trust, walk. The sea is already parting.